supposed to start at 7 o'clock and it's getting close. Right now we're just waiting to see who all's going to get on here and see what we can do. In case y'all are wondering, this is our first live. We know nothing about what we're doing, okay? We're lost as little gooses. We have no clue, but we're fixing to try this just a little bit, and we don't know if there's anybody on here right now. What are you laughing about? Do you think it's funny because I'm doing this?
Because we're lost as gooses.
Well, I know we are. But if there's anybody out there that's watching right now, if you can hear us, at least give us a thumbs up or text, yes, we can hear you. If you can hear us, because we're going to get started here in just a minute. We want to give as many people as much time as we can to get on here. We may not have but 2 or 3. We may not have none. We don't know. But that's the good thing. We're trying to figure out what we're doing. And we are going to try to figure out what we're doing here in a few minutes. But, okay, what did it say?
Hello.
Hello?
Somebody said hello.
Oh, okay. Who is that? Oh, okay. Somebody did say hello, but they didn't say anything about whether they could hear us or not. And that's one of the things we're waiting on. In case y'all are wondering, in case some people are getting on here that's not with our channel, this is Woodallsrvnusa, and we are a traveling YouTube. So we actually got an RV and we go camping and stuff. So we're trying to get into doing some of this stuff. So we're just kind of waiting around to see how many more people's going to get on here. Or if anybody's going to get on here. We're hoping somebody gets on here. I see 3 that's already showed up, and I'm not for sure where they're out of. And by the way, if you're watching this, let us know where you're from, because we want to know where everybody's looking in at. And I think I got that set up. I'm going to have to cut and mute my thing up there for a monitor up there and get it muted. Let's see what we're doing here now. Well, let me go over to I'm not for sure where that's popped up there yet. It's trying to get in on the monitor. I think I got it right there. Let me see if I've got the monitor up. Okay, and we're just waiting just a few more minutes to see if somebody else gets on here with us. I'm trying to get my monitor up right now so I can see, to make sure we're in the picture good. There we go. Now it's up. I've got the monitor up. Whoop. There we go. See, I can wave at you now. How quick is the retention on it? It's pretty good. Okay, it says, welcome to live chat. Okay, we do have one on there that said that they can hear us, and so that's good. We're just trying to figure out all this stuff. Like I said, we're not used to this. We don't know exactly what we're doing, but we're trying to get everything set up. I think there's 6 people on there now. Yeah, we got 6 watching now. And if you are watching, please let us know where you're from. I may not have everything cut on right to even see it. I don't know. I'm looking down here. I see a little thing in the scroll box over here on the side. We know that's going on. But we want to try to get everybody to engage with us a little bit before we start and see what's happening. Okay.
I say Wanda, and I say Karen. Hi, Wanda. Hi, Karen.
Hey, Miss Wanda. And she said that she was going to be on here tonight to watch this. I talked to her. I had to go by over and see her today. And I told her, she told me, she said, this is what she told me. She said, I like to watch y'all's videos to watch y'all two act crazy. And so, we're acting crazy. It's like when we were setting up a while ago, we were both going crazy because we didn't know how to get this stuff set up. My backdrop didn't show up, so we had to try to make, and if you know how it is, whenever you get there at home and all of a sudden you realize everything ain't ready and you're trying to fix stuff and make, and we had to try to get some stuff together, but that's okay. We did. Melissa said I was yelling at her. I really wasn't yelling at her. I just tried. We were just getting all flustered, but that's okay. That's no problem. But we're glad y'all are here. And one of the things we wanted to let everybody know is that Woodallsrvnusa was started back in June of this year.
25.
Yeah, 25. So I've done forgot there's a whole year done passed by and it's gone. That's one thing me and Miss Wanda always said. She worked over in the office over at where I went into sometimes, and me and her always said, well, it's January to be Christmas in 30 days. Mm-hmm. And so it surely is. I can tell you that. It's quick, and it comes quick and goes out. But Woodallsrvnusa started back in June of last year. We started the YouTube channel, and what we're doing is traveling. We try to go to a lot of different places, I guess you'd say, and visit. And we've took some trips and stuff. We'll get into that a little bit later. But just to introduce the channel and everything, we're just a small channel. We're not a big channel, but we really enjoy doing this traveling. I worked as I guess you'd say, highway engineer for several years, and Melissa is still working. She's not retired yet. And by the way, I'm John.
I'm Melissa.
This is Melissa. I was supposed to do that to begin with, and I didn't. So y'all that's on there now, I see some other ones coming on now, so that's okay. But we just want to make sure everybody's getting to know who we are. And we bought a Roadtrek Zion, and that's what we've been traveling in. It's a Class B van, and that's what we've been traveling in. And so I guess that lets everybody know just a little bit about, I'm gonna take these glasses off, that glare is killing me. But we wanted to share just a little bit with you about the live stream. The reason we're doing the live stream is because we want to get to know our community that's out there. We were told that do a live stream, and everybody that's been in YouTube and everything is telling us, oh, you got to do a live stream. And I told them, I said, look, I'm 68 years old. I'm just thankful that I had a place to learn this at our church and stuff, to be able to do some of the live streaming and stuff there. But I knew enough to cut the computer on. I know that, and I knew enough to try to do a little bit of other stuff, but that's about all. But like I said, the purpose of the live stream is, to me, is for us to be able to engage with y'all. And like I said, however this turns out, if we only have a few or if we have a lot, we will be doing it again, because we want to keep in contact with everybody and see what all's going on with y'all and get to know y'all. Really, that's the biggest thing. What do you think?
Well, I mean, it was a way for our kids to keep up with us where we're going, because when we bought the RV, they were like, we ain't never gonna know when y'all are home. We don't know where y'all are at. So they still don't know when we're home. But it was a way for us to kind of get with them, and they could do it, and then the grandkids could watch, and we've got some little ones and some great grandbabies, and they watch, and so it was just kind of a way for the kids to keep up with us and them to see where we're at and what we're doing, and like he said too, to meet other people that are RVing. We've met some really nice people as we've went around to some of the camp spots and stuff and engaged with them. We've met some really nice people.
And that's one good thing about RVing, is you get to see a lot. And plus you get to meet a lot of good people. And we've met several good people all over everywhere.
Yeah, we've met them from, let's see, we met some from up in the top side of New York and Illinois.
Yes.
Camped next to them and met them. They were really, really nice. We met a couple that was originally from, where was that? Originally from California and had moved to St. Louis, and we met them all the way down in Georgia. And they were really nice. We sat and talked with them for a while.
Yeah, we offered them hot dogs, but
Yeah.
they didn't take hot dogs or do none of that. But it was they had just come in and was leaving, going somewhere else. But they pulled up beside us, and one of them got out and said, "Boy, that fire and them hot dogs look good." We said, "Come on over, we got chili." And Melissa had made some chili, and we did. We had a chili dog, so that was good. But you know, it's like I said, we want to say something right real quick. Can you? We got some friends of ours on there. Mark Dudley. I say, Mark. Hey, Mark. Glad to see y'all. We'll be eating next week together, I think. So that's good. And Miss Karen, how are you doing? I was wondering how you were. I hadn't got to see your mom in a while, but are you doing okay? Just wondering about Miss Karen. She used to be over the radio station in our hometown, and she and I did a lot of projects. And well, you know, a lot of the stuff that I used to do helped me get started with the live stream, because Miss Karen helped me a lot with everything, learning some of this other stuff. But that was good. And Miss Wanda, like we said, hello to you. And Melissa, say hello to you. But we were just checking out and trying to see who all's on here. Like I said, I'm scrolling up through here. We got 12 on now. And guys, don't be scared to comment to us, because we're just regular folks. We're just old country folks. So, you know, just get in there and talk to us and let us know where you're from. We're interested in see how far we are reaching out. To be able to, matter of fact, I had some people from Canada that's supposed to be on here tonight. They had texted me, had sent me on Facebook, and that's one of the things I guess that we didn't get to do. My software for the didn't come in for me to be able to engage Facebook and YouTube, so that's a thing that we didn't get to do, and we would have probably had a bunch of people on there, because we've got probably about, I forgot how many it was. I think we've got 4.7 thousand Roadtrek people that's in the Roadtrek Zion and Simplicity Owners Group. If there's any of y'all 12 that's on there right now, if you would, let us know where you're from and let us know what's going on there. You know, our weather's been rough.
Yeah.
Here in Tennessee, our weather has been rough. We got a lot of people up just probably 30 to 40 to 50 miles away from us had been without power, still without power right now. So we were
family on the east or west coast, the west side of Tennessee, and they've been without power. Some of them's been without power for about 5 days now.
Yeah, and it was pretty bad here, but where we're at, it wasn't really.
We got lucky.
Yeah, we were blessed. It wasn't luck. We were just blessed that we didn't have real bad weather. And but I tell you, it's I think it's supposed to warm up a little bit, not this week, but the next week. I think we looked at.
Well, it's warming up some this coming week.
Yeah, and we're actually really trying to get out and get a lot of content. Even though it's winter time, we're still going to go places. We're still going to get y'all out some content that'll be coming up. But we also got Roadtrek Inc. people that should be coming in, we hope, in a little bit. Who was that popped in there? Alabama RV.
Yep, show at the Von Barn Center, January 30th.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Von Braun Civic Center down in Huntsville will be having an RV show down there. Yes.
As a matter of fact, it started today.
Did it start
Yeah,
today?
it started today through
Okay.
February 1st. So
But
we're going to try to go to it
that's
tomorrow,
not.
maybe.
Hopefully, we're going to try to get down there to that, and if we do, we'll try to get some footage down there off that. Because you see, a lot of people think going to the RV show is just going to see RVs. That's not why she goes. This kid gets out and she goes all over everywhere, checking out all the gadgets. You know what I'm talking about? Like the little new coffee makers, the new things that you hang up in the van to hang stuff on or whatever, or looking for something that she can cook with or using the camper to cook with. It's a lot of stuff that she does that I don't do. When I go, I usually go just to see the campers and stuff, but I do look at the gadgets and stuff while she's out there. But that's fun part.
I might need stuff. I might need stuff.
Oh, me, we lost.
Uh-oh, we went somewhere. Warning, your connection is unstable. Please wait while we're trying to reconnect. So we're trying to reconnect. Something's happened to us.
Let's see what has happened. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. Our connection is, it may be our internet may be slow because it's pretty cold outside. We're trying to get back on.
Yeah, y'all hang in there with us. We're trying to wait and see what's going on.
Rolling down the road, got my sights set high. From Tennessee skies to the mountains wide in my Roadtrek Zion, chasing the sun. Woodallsrvnusa, living the dream, enjoying the day.
And we also changed screens, so you should see a new screen on there that's got Woodall's RV and USA Travels on it. We know we got 3 watching right now. People's coming
Mark's
back up.
on. Yep.
Hey, Mark, is it better now? We're trying to get it back up there where we can see it. I think what I'm gonna have to do, I think I know what the problem is. I think what I'm gonna have to do is cut my, I'm gonna cut that off because I think that's pulling a lot of our stuff down.
You didn't cut it off.
Says yes, better
You
now.
didn't cut it off though.
Did I not?
No, because
I
you
thought I
hit the
got
button
it.
2 times.
We're trying.
You hit the button 2 times.
Okay, now we're rolling. I see Mark's back on there. He said, yes, it's better now. Mark, you can see us and hear us better. I'm trying to get my, I think what's happening is I had my monitor up there on and it's on Wi-Fi. And then our
Camera and stuff's all on Wi-Fi.
everything's on Wi-Fi. Had too much going at one time in here for all this. So we've got it all cut off now. So we're back on here. Let's get back to where we were at because we don't want to get everything messed up. Where was I? Do you remember?
Or quick shout out to early commenters. We've had some questions and stuff, and some of the questions that we've got from people even on from the RV community and stuff on our Facebook pages and stuff, and even on here was one of them was, why did we buy a Roadtrek? Why was that the one we chose?
Well, I'll tell you what let's do. Let's just do those right real quick while we're getting everybody back on here. Hey, Sam. Okay. Sam, I think what I did, I want to give a shout out to Sam. He is with Big Bass and New Roads. I think that's what that is. He's one of our YouTube buddies. And Sam does, he goes camping. Matter of fact, he's getting ready to take off and go to Alaska, I think, not too long from now. And you should see the rig he's got. It is out of this world. It actually, he pulls his boat and his
Camper.
Well, he's got his boat, but he's also got a vehicle under his Jeep.
His boat and his truck.
So it's pretty neat. And he actually designed that, built it. Y'all have to look at that and check out big
contraption out.
Yeah. What Sam's done. He did a good job on that. But Yeah, let's just go ahead and we're going to try to get some of these questions out of the way right real quick in case some of these people are on here. Of course, everybody's not commenting to us, so we need you to comment. And you know, it's kind of hard. If we're trying to see everybody here that's on here, but we've got 25 on now, so that's good. We didn't even think we would have that many, but one of the questions that we had on our Facebook, and like I said, we can't feed to our Facebook, but I know some people's going to be watching this, and you know what I did? I forgot to put their names on there. I sure did. Okay. Well, they'll know what their questions was. They'll say their question, but somebody asked us, said, how long have we been traveling? And like I said, that goes back to our intro earlier. We've been traveling now for a little over 2 years. Is that right?
Yeah.
And so we've been out west, and we've been down south, and we've been up north, and we'll tell you a little bit more about that here in just a few minutes. But that's how long we've been doing this. And this other one says, what made us do a YouTube channel? That's a loaded question. But like Melissa said earlier, our mainest reason, we don't get paid for any of this. We're not sponsored by anybody. I'm not making any money off of YouTube, and there is money to be made on YouTube. It's not a great lot of money, but we don't do this for that. I'm actually, like I said, retired, and Melissa's still working. And when we go full time, then we might think about doing it for some money to be able to add to our travel and expensive stuff. Because let me tell you something, it costs a lot of money to travel if you don't think it does. And dadgum, these campsites and stuff has gone up from what they used to be.
Well,
they are unreal.
We've been lucky. We've been blessed. We found some. Most of the ones we've had have not really been that expensive. Now we've seen some that are pretty expensive.
We seen one the other night with some people that.
What was it, $249 a night?
A night.
Yeah.
$249 a night. Needless to say, I won't be staying there. But that's okay. They've got those, and they cost that much. But you know, it's kind of expensive sometimes. Okay, let's get another one. It says where our next long trip will be. Well, I don't want to give that out yet.
No, you can give them a little taste.
Just a little taste.
We're going to go up.
We're going to go east.
We're going to go east.
Not Knoxville, Tennessee, neither.
East and north.
East and north. There you go. We'll leave you with that. We'll let you know a little bit about that, where we're going and stuff. But let's see. Let's get another one real quick. Do you like your Class B van, or do you wish you had bought something else? Well, you answer that.
Well, to be honest, we actually, when we started looking, it took us about 3 years. We started out looking at pull behinds. Then next step was we started looking at the Class C's. After he had his stroke, we started looking at the Class C's, because he was like, I don't want to really have to drive a truck and pull something behind us and all that. And
well, the biggest
up and down off the ground trying to get the levelers out and all that. And we had heard from some other friends that have RVs, and they have some pretty big RVs. They were like, some of the places that we're staying at now is starting to go to smaller units, so we're going to have to get rid of ours and get a smaller one. And we was looking at all that, and I said, well, it's just going to be me and you. It ain't going to be nobody else. And he said, I really don't want to pull another vehicle behind us. So we started looking at the Class C's, and then we heard a lot of people say, well, if you only drive a Class C and you don't bring a vehicle with you, got to unhook every time you want to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, we don't want to do that. So we ended up, and at first we drove a Class A, we drove a Class C, and then we drove a B, and we kind of decided that it was big enough for us, because when you go to a campground or a campsite, you're not just sitting inside the van all day. But it's small enough that we can drive it anywhere we want to go. We can go to a restaurant or anything, and we can park real easy. It's easy to get in and out of, and with the lithium on it, sometimes we don't even plug in.
That's right.
You know.
But that, to me, I guess the reason I like the Class B a lot more than some other larger ones is like she said, it's easier for me to drive, and with that lithium in it makes it a whole lot easier. We have a macerator on our waste disposal, and it's just a whole lot easier for me to do that. Now, you know, big rigs has their place. You take somebody like I was talking about Sam a while ago. Sam, you're still there, and you can throw something in on this too while we're here talking about it, but Sam, he likes to, the way he likes to set up, he goes and stays for places a long time, and he goes fishing and does all that stuff. And that's one of the good things about having the bigger RVs. You can set up and stay set up for a longer time if you're planning on staying somewhere for a while. You know, Melissa and I, we like to go visit, maybe stay a day or two, and then move on. And we like being able to get in small towns and being able to maneuver around easier in them. And we like a lot of history and stuff, so when we're out traveling, we just like to get out and see the history and stuff.
We may stay 2 or 3 days in a town.
We have. When we went to Yellowstone, we stayed 2 or 3 days in towns and stuff. But it just makes it a whole lot easier with that Class B. And I've got one more here that I've got. I'm going to answer this. Somebody asked us, where did we get our Roadtrek Zion? Our Roadtrek Zion, I'm going to tell you, I looked for that thing for 3 years. It took us 3 years to finally figure out exactly what we wanted. And I was sitting here at the house one day, and we had already 2 or 3 weeks prior to that,
2 other ones.
we found 2 of the Roadtrek Zions, and one of them was in Mississippi, I think, and the other one was in
Alabama.
I think it was in Alabama. And so I called the guy in Mississippi, and I told him, I said, we're coming down. I said, is that van still available? He said, yes. He said, it's still here. I said, well, now I'm going to go ahead and get rooms and stuff down there, and we're going to be driving down tomorrow, because it was, I think it was about 6 hours away. That's where it was. And so we jumped in the truck and was getting ready to go, and I called, and he said, I'm sorry, it's done sold. So, you know,
he was doing an RV show.
No, that's a different one.
And,
this is the guy in Mississippi. The guy in Alabama was at the RV show.
And somebody sold that one before we got there.
I told him, I said, well, where are you at? And he said, I'm in Alabama. And I told him, I said, well, we're wanting to come down tomorrow and look at it and see if it's what we want. If it is, I want to buy it. And he said, well, I've got to go to the RV show. He said, you call me and before you come, and he said, I'll get with you on it. And he said, I'll get a hold of somebody over at the shop, he said, and let them know that you're coming. And so the next morning, I got on the phone, I called him, I said, hey, I can't remember what the guy's name was. I said, hey, we're wanting to come over and look at that van, and if it's what we want to buy it. And he said, well, let me call the shop right real quick. Well, he called the shop and got in touch with somebody over there, and I'd be daggum if they hadn't unsold it that day, that morning, while he was there at the RV show. So that knocked all that out.
So about 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later, I was sitting here at the house. I come in, and I was sitting down, and I had my phone, and I was just flipping. You know how you do when you're looking. You go to all the sales places and everything and look and see what all's going on, and I flipped through it, and it just happened to pop up on my phone. And I got on it, and I looked at it exactly what we wanted. And I called Melissa, and I said, Melissa, I'm fixing to call this dude real quick and make him an offer on this van. And so I called him, and I told him, I said, hey, I'm going to make an offer on the van. I made an offer on the van, and he turned that down. And he said, I said, well, can you hold it till tomorrow for us to come down and look at it? And he said, well, you put a deposit down. I said, yes. And so I put a deposit down on it, and we took off from road to North Carolina.
As soon as I got off from work.
As soon as she got off work, we took off. And we got up real early and took off and made that trip. And
well, we left straight from as soon as I walked in the door. We left and ended up sleeping at a Cracker Barrel in my car. In North Carolina. And then getting up the next morning, we actually got at their shop before they even opened the doors.
We did. We slept for a while before we actually got there. But anyhow, to answer the question, I need to get back to that before we can get on to some of this other stuff right real quick. Now, y'all, we're going to stay on here as long as everybody's still on here. We want to try to, we've got a little outline here that I did that I want to try to get all this information in so y'all know a little bit more about us. And please, y'all talk to us. You know, let us know you're out there. If nothing else, let us know where you're from. And make a comment or give us a thumbs up or something so we'll know that y'all are there. D&H Marine Sales in, what was the name? Apex, North Carolina is where we got the van from. And those guys out there at D&H Marine were real nice. They do carry Roadtrek. They still carry Roadtrek. And of course, a lot of people says, well, what is a Roadtrek? These vans are made in Canada, is where they're made at. And we had, like I said, we had a hard time finding what we were looking for because I looked at everything else and this was one that matched what I was looking at. But that's where we did that. I'm gonna get this out of the way and let's get back over here to this because I'll be rambling on all night about that other stuff. What does the community mean to us? Like we said earlier, you know, y'all mean a lot to us. We have so much fun getting out and traveling and meeting people. And hopefully one day we'll get to meet some of y'all that's out there. We want to do that. And we're going to be traveling a lot more when she retires in December. So that'll be a good thing. A fun or personal thing from a road trip. What do you from
the
a road?
Prairie Dogs. I love the Prairie Dogs that you wouldn't let me have.
Oh my gosh. Hey, let me tell you something. If you hadn't seen that video, go back and watch that. I forget what video it is that's on there. But it had her out there with the prairie dogs. Now this is before you go through the Badlands. There's a place there that you can see prairie dogs.
After we left the Wild Drug Store.
Yep. And I'm going to tell you, she was out there playing with it. She had Peanuts feeding them things, and they were out there running all around her. And everybody else that was feeding them Peanuts, they wouldn't come up to them very much. But her, she was like, she's an animal magnet. That's what she is an animal magnet. I guess that's what you call it, animal magnet. Critters. But she was an animal magnet, and they just kept coming up to her, and she had a ball with it. And I guess one of the fun things that we've done is I got to go visit the 1880s town, the old towns, the western towns that's out there. That's a lot of my stuff that I like. I like westerns and out in the west and stuff and seeing all that. And we got to see a lot of museums and stuff while we were there and got to go through a lot of stuff. And that was fun to me because, you know, you read about this stuff all your life, and I'm sure there's some of y'all that's on here that has read about all this stuff, and some of you may have lived in those places and you hadn't even got out to even go see them, but going through that part of the country was really fun. We had a good time, and you know, it was great, but we really did enjoy it. But I guess that's...
Well, the 1880s town had a lot of the stuff from the set of the movie Dances with Wolves in it. And that was one of the things that you liked about it, was because you'd watched the movie and it was being able to see props and stuff that they had used in houses and everything. It was amazing. The
props that's there at that 1880s town, if y'all ever get a chance to go to it, is the real props that they used in the movie. All that stuff that's in there, that horse that was laying down on the ground and had the little crows that were sitting up on it, or whatever they were. I get may have been buzzards or vultures or whatever they were, but it was still there, and a lot of the props of the buildings and stuff like that, and all the old wagons and stuff, it was still there. Our current trip and project update, I guess one of the things is, like you said, we'll probably head over to the RV show down in Huntsville tomorrow. We'll be taking some video down there.
Mark said I was a prairie dog whisperer.
Yeah, yeah, right. Mark, she is a prairie dog whisperer. I can tell you that, because you know what? If you watch any of the videos, you'll see that when I put them on there, it was I called her Ellie Mae Clampett, my little Ellie Mae Clampett, because she just like Ellie Mae. She's got to play with all of them. But anyhow, our projects that's coming up, like I said, we're going to try to get out and go to the RV show. We're going to be doing that. We've got 2 or 3 more trips we're going to be taking here locally close. Right now, why it's winter, we try to stay. Of course, y'all have to understand when we travel like this, Melissa is, she's not retired yet, so it's hard for her to get a bunch of days off. So we have to try to hit out on a Friday evening, and then it takes a Saturday and Sunday and to get back. And so we have to miss our church family, but we have YouTube and we watch them on it, so we don't miss church and stuff. And when we come back in, our adopted grandbabies that we have, they're just happy as can be when they see us, and so that's pretty good. But yeah, we're going to be doing some local stuff around here pretty close. We got one that's actually coming out next week. That's in Suwanee, Tennessee. Now, all of y'all that's not familiar with Suwanee, Tennessee, Suwanee, Tennessee is in the Cumberland Mountains. It is in Middle Tennessee.
On the Cumberland Plateau.
Yeah, it's on the Cumberland Plateau. Now, they've got boo-koodles of walking trails up there. So if you're a walking trail person, I'm telling you, you would enjoy it because it's fun to go up there. I'm not going to tell you too much about it. You can watch the video. It'll be out this coming Saturday at 7 o'clock. No, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Comes out on Saturdays at 9 o'clock. So if you'll tune into that, you can see that. It was real good. We really enjoyed that. There's a lot of history that's there. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't even know about the town there. One of the things that you'll learn about is there's a football. Now, if there's any of y'all out there that are football players and have been big pro football players and all this, everybody, here, I'm a Tennessee fan. And if you're another fan, let us know. We can scroll through here and see if we can find that and see if somebody's another fan. But I'm a Tennessee fan because we do live here in Tennessee. But the University of Suwanee, you'll have to watch that video. I'm not going to tell anything about that. You'll have to watch that because let me tell you something. It was, they actually beat a bunch of teams. You have to see who all they beat. They used to be in the SEC. They were one of the first into the SEC. But you have to see who they beat. It just bung-fuzzled my mind to see that, but it's really true. But that's a lot of the stuff that we got coming up, and it says, where are we now? Well, we're at our home base here in Tennessee. Right now, we're in southern Middle Tennessee. I'll just leave it at that. That's where we're at. We're in southern Middle Tennessee. And yes, we have lived here all our lives. We are from Tennessee. We're not from somewhere else and moved in. We're actually Tennesseans. We love Tennessee. And I'm going to tell you, we've traveled to other states and we love them too. But our heart's in Tennessee, and that's where we're at. Okay. Recent adventures and challenges. You gonna tell about Florida?
Oh, Gulf Shores?
Yeah, Gulf Shores.
Yeah, we got down there and got there early, so we had to spend the 2 nights at the Cracker Barrel parking lot.
And this was during Christmas,
and it was
y'all.
on Christmas. So Christmas Day, we were in the Cracker Barrel parking lot, and I forgot, what did I fix us to eat? I think I can't remember what we even ate.
Thought we had this figured out, but we found out we're just crazy, okay? Because when she gets to where she can leave, I keep my clothes packed out there in the van. I don't even have to do nothing except grab my CPAP machine and my medicine, and I'm gone. Of course, she's got to come in and pack a little bit of stuff, but if she tells me we're going, we're going. We're not just sitting around. We're going. But it was really funny because we got there in Foley, Alabama, right outside of Gulf Shores, and we did have to spend the 2 nights there at the Cracker Barrel.
Because we couldn't get into the campsite.
Yeah, the campsite, we sort of messed that up, but that's okay. They got her campsite and everything, but
We still had a good time.
We got to visit Foley, and
Yeah.
that was real. We got also did a video on Foley, so y'all can watch that and see Foley, Alabama down there, what we got to see. And
Had a real nice walking trail down in Foley.
Yeah.
It was real nice. It was we did a small walk, but they actually had, I forgot what it was 22 or 23 miles of walking trails that they had in this little park.
well, they had
I didn't even know it was there.
I didn't either. You know, back when I went to Foley about years ago,
It's grown a lot.
they only had about 18,000 people, and I think now you looked it up.
Yeah,
What was it, 30,
They were 40 something.
40 something
Yeah.
thousand? Phew, I knew it was a lot of people, but you could tell, man, that place had grown. It was really
But
something
it's still
else.
real pretty.
But I guess probably the recent thing that we did, like I said, was a natural bridge, and we do want y'all to watch that video, take a look at it, and see what you think. Like I said, for all of y'all that loved trails and walking trails and history, it'll be something to see. And where are we at now? Behind the scenes details viewers never seen in the edited videos. Oh boy. Let me tell you about that Gulf Shores right real quick. It was really funny, but it wasn't funny. But we decided when we got there at Gulf Shores that we were going to take and go on the hike. And I told her, I said, let's go down some of the trails. And so we went down a trail that was named
Armadillo
Way or something like that. It was Armadillo something or other. And I'm telling you, we got to walking down through, and of course, here's some water on the side of us.
And y'all know in Florida.
Wait a minute, don't tell it. Hold on a minute, let me tell this. And she was walking in front of me. Of course, I'm sitting there filming, you know, while everybody's walking and everything, and I'm shooting some of the water and everything, and all of a sudden, I turned to my right, and I had the camera down on the edge of the water, and all of a sudden, I seen this alligator. And it dropped off into the water, and she turned around, and she took off.
I ain't getting eat.
She told me, she said, if I could just, she said, all I've got to do is outrun you.
That's right.
And I said, you wouldn't be able to do that. She said, I ain't got my bear spray. What are you going to do with bear spray?
Spray something.
Spray an alligator with bear spray?
Yeah.
If somebody out there knows that bear spray works on alligators, let me know. Okay, because I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, but look, you walk over to the edge of the water to see where it's at. Where was I at? I was right at the bottom of a tree.
You was you was fixing to climb a tree. I'm sure what
you
you
out
was
there
going to
getting
do,
eat.
but it was hilarious.
I like critters, but I don't like that kind. No snakes, no alligators, no rats.
You know, it's really fun because I get to edit all this stuff, and everybody always tells me, "Are y'all people like that?" And I'm like, "Yes, this is us." Now let me tell you something. This girl right here is my partner. She's been my partner for 20-something years now, and we don't. We joke around with each other and kid and have fun all the time. You know, what would the day go by if you couldn't have friend with your wife and husband? You know, that's one thing I like. And when we're traveling and stuff, we're laid back. We don't get excited. And if things don't go as it's planned, we don't worry about it. We don't care. But I guess that's one of the funny things in editing. And what do you got that you?
Oh, I think it's when we were in Ider, Alabama.
Don't tell
we
that.
were walking.
Don't tell that.
He's always making fun of me because I have bifocals. So if you go downstairs and you wear bifocals, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Me.
Sometimes
Yeah,
you can't
don't
be
tell
sure.
that.
He's walking, saying, "Get in front of me, walk in front of me, don't fall, be real careful." Next thing I know, I look back and there he is rolling. He done fell.
I held on to the camera though. I didn't release the camera, and I still got footage. I just didn't put the footage into that. And I think somebody, when I was talking to about that, said, you need to make a blooper video so that they can see some of this stuff. And I thought, well, you know, that might be something that we can do, is make a blooper or something with some of that. But it was hilarious. But I tell you what, that is a pretty place down there in Ider, Alabama. That is, what's the name of that?
Thunder Canyon.
Thunder Canyon down in
Very,
Ider,
very
Alabama.
nice people. Everybody there was super sweet.
Hey,
super
I'm
nice.
gonna tell. Well, the RV Odd Couple
Yes.
is the ones that runs that there, and we really did have a good time there. I got to meet John, Mercedes, and Sage, their kid. And if you look at the video that come out with that on there, I can't remember the name of the video now. Do you remember the video?
It was right around Halloween time.
Yeah, it was around Halloween time, so it was in that time of year. But we did get to meet them. They were real good people. And I'm going to tell you something. John them's done a lot of work with that down there. That was an older, it was an older campground that was used by the Boy Scouts and some other people. And John them actually went in there and took that and made a real good campground out of it.
It's very pretty. Walking trails and stuff are exceptional.
They've actually got
a really nice swimming pool.
Yeah, they've got a church there that they built where they have services on Sunday, Wednesday night. I think they have lessons and stuff there in it. But it was really nice.
It'll be a place we'll go back to.
Oh yeah, we'll go back. Let's see what we got. What's coming up next on the channel? Upcoming episodes. Well,
you just told about the.
I think I done told about all that, didn't I? So we've got all that. Well, let me ask you this: since we got everybody on here, and some of y'all, and there's 35 people on here right now. That's more than I ever expected to have on here. I'm just surprised that everybody's on here because, like I said, we're newbies to this and the live stream. Hopefully, the next time when we come back, we'll have our backdrop. Hopefully, it'll get here in time. And hopefully, we'll have everything set up a little bit better and do a little bit better. Of course, us going out a while ago may have kicked some people and stuff off. But like I said, I'm learning, getting this set up and everything going right. But we're going to try to... I just want to ask out there, is there anybody out there from Canada? We want to hear from our Canada folks, if there's some out there, because we had a couple that was supposed to give us a thumbs up or let us know that you're there. And if there's anybody else out there that's not inside Tennessee, come up and let us know where you're from, because we would like to know. We want to know where everybody's at that watches this. And like I said, this is new stuff to us. We're trying to engage with our community and get with everybody and see what's going on. What did that say down there?
Sam.
Okay.
There's Dusty Ray.
Dusty, hey man.
He's watching from Indiana.
You're in Indiana. How's everything going? I ate with your dad this morning. Well, I ate. He didn't. If you know what I'm talking about. But Dusty's one of our viewers. He's a young boy that I grew up with. He's grown up now and he's working out in Indiana, but he watches the channel all the time. We appreciate him. And Dusty, Donna is in...
She's on a boat.
How you say it? Roatan or whatever it is. And I sent her a message and told her that I was taking care of your daddy and that when she got back, he could take him by her another trip on the boat and she could go back and not have to come back to this cold weather. So she's doing that. But I'm glad to hear and see that you're on here. I'm tickled to death of that. But, I'll tell you what, if there's some of y'all out there and you've been watching and you have some questions for us, now would be a good time to ask them. Just give us some questions that we can take an answer for you about camping or whatever. We want to. Ooh, boy, I tell you what, we've been on here, but that's okay. But if we got any questions out there that anybody wants to ask us or anything, go ahead and ask us. We'd be glad to answer some of them.
If you got any suggestions, some fun places for us to check out.
Yeah, and if you got some suggestions of places that would be good for us to go, please let us know, because we are going to be doing a lot of traveling. And if you are a camper and a traveler, please let us know where you'd like to see us go to and where we can go visit those and see what's there in that area. Travel stories. Well, I guess our travel stories that we've got, we give some of y'all Florida here. Oh yeah, hey Florida, and that is Mark and Beth. Mark and Beth, thank you so much for joining.
About taking a trip down to the Florida Keys.
Yes, matter of fact is, Martha, we actually
That was Dusty.
Was that Dusty?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. I thought that was Martha asking that. But Dusty, yes, we had. We actually was going to go down to the RV Super Show this year, but Melissa couldn't get off work, so that was a thing. But yeah, we're wanting to get down into the Keys and visit down. Matter of fact, when we go down into the Keys part, it'll probably be this time of year. When we're
Fall
out.
time.
Yeah, it'll be fall time and this time of year when we go down into the Keys and stuff. But that's an upcoming. That'll be an upcoming time that we'll
like
be
to
doing.
go around like the what is it, St. Augustine?
St. Augustine and all that stuff.
You didn't
down
get
there.
to go to Anna Maria Island. I want to take you there. It was really
No,
nice.
Melissa got to go to Anna Maria Island, but I didn't get to go. But we sort of want to travel down in Florida too and visit down. I've got family that lives in Florida, so
And I do too.
Melissa does too. So we'll probably go down when we go through there and visit them. Of course, y'all know how it is. You get ready to go do this stuff, and when one person's working and the other one's retired, it's hard for you to be able to get those long trips. Now, we'll tell you a little bit about, we went out Yellowstone and took what it was 18 days.
18,
We took
19
18 days and went out there, and she was off for 2 weeks, but she actually had to work remote all during that 2 weeks, actually. But she was like on vacation for a week, and then she had to work for a week.
I
so
had stuff in between.
in between, it was just in between, and so it's just hard for us right now to get out and go do all that stuff. But
in May, we're going to try to do that again. We're going to try to take a couple weeks.
But if y'all are down there in Florida, was that Martha? Mm-hmm. Where are you at there in Florida? Are you down towards that way, or where are you at?
Was that Mark and Beth?
Mark and Beth. Mm-hmm. Oh, Mark and Beth. There you go, Mark and Beth, Florida. Here. Do y'all do traveling, or any of y'all do traveling or anything like that? Do y'all camp or anything?
Palmetto. Who do we know from
Palmetto. We've got somebody that we know from Palmetto.
Is that where
You'll have to think about that. I'm not for sure. I'll have to think on that, but I think we've got some people that we know that's from down there, but yeah, we want to try to get into Florida. Like I said, that Yellowstone trip was 18 days, and we had to actually get her off from work to do that. But like I said, she's fixing to get ready to retire in December. So once she retires in December, we are actually going to take and start doing a lot of traveling.
it's game on?
Do what?
Amy is just down the road from us. Oh, Miami's just down the road from us.
Oh, Miami is. All right. You're in a good part of town down there then. Because I used to have an aunt that lived in Melbourne, Florida. And she actually, some of y'all, I'm going to tell my age right here, so don't think anything about this. But my aunt actually run the Pines Motel there in Indian Harbor Beach. They actually owned it, and she run it for a long time. We used to go down there and visit all the time. Matter of fact, the last time I was down there with her before she passed away, I went down and stayed in Disney World. Disney World, not Disneyland, but Disney World had just opened up. And we went down there and...
He went Anna Maria Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a friend of mine that's mother and sister actually live on Anna Maria Island, and she has a couple of condos on Anna Maria Island that she rents out. So me and my sister went down to Brandon, Florida, and stayed there, and we rode around. Like my grandmother had lived in Sarasota for a while, and then she had lived in Eustis and Denham Springs, and then I still have an aunt now that lives in Tampa.
Yeah.
So
we got places we can go down there. You know, it's sort of like our friends and our family. If you're somewhere and we can come and park in your driveway, we're cheap.
That's what I tell my
We don't
kids.
mind cooking for ourselves, or maybe even letting Melissa do a little bit of cooking for y'all. But we're cheap. We would be glad to
We
do.
have our kids are spread out from Texas to Georgia to here, and I told them, I said, they were laughing. So what are you gonna do when you retire? I said, we're gonna come visit y'all, and we're gonna park in your yard,
Park
and
in
we're
your
gonna
yard.
use your food, your water, and your electricity.
And wash our clothes
And
there.
wash our clothes.
Do like they do us, and then leave.
I said, we're gonna get some of our investment back.
Yeah, get some of that investment and stuff back. That's one of the things that you got to do. I tell you what, this has been fun. I don't know if y'all had fun at it, but we've had fun doing this. This is actually pretty good to be able to get to talk to everybody. And I know there's several more of y'all that's out there. I see you on here, come on, get on there and join in the conversation with us, because we want to know where everybody's at. We want to talk to everybody and see where everybody's from. And how's the weather down there in Florida right now? Is it warmed up or is it getting cold? I know tonight they're talking about our wind chill getting down to minus
8 to 10.
8 to 10 below.
And
So
even tomorrow.
Yeah.
The wind chill tomorrow is supposed to be minus
so
8
it's
to 10.
going to be Dusty. How cold is it up there in Indiana? Is it warmed up any yet? I'm sure you can probably tell us, because I know y'all had a good snow up there, because I got a friend of mine, her son works up there in Indiana, and he said it come a big snow right before this bad weather come in. And we were just wondering about it. But yeah, well, I guess one of the things that we want to do, how long have we been on here?
You've been on for a while.
Whew. Do y'all want to keep it going, or y'all want us to wrap this thing up? Because we'll do whatever y'all want to do. We got all time, so we got all kinds of time right now to be able to talk to everybody, if we can get everybody to talk to us. And it's 17 degrees and snow over the weekend, and it hasn't been above freezing all week. Now that's in Indiana. Dusty, where are you at in Indiana?
Just don't matter. Just keep it all up there.
Well, yeah, but I'm just trying to find out if it's got 7 degrees. No, he said 17 inches of snow over the weekend. Oh my goodness! Wow. Melissa ain't going up there.
No.
Let's put it this way: there'll be no RV travels going north. It'll all be going south. So everybody down there in Florida will be there.
We'll go up north when it's cold, when it's cool up there in the summertime.
Bloomington.
When it's hot.
He's in Bloomington.
Bloomington. Whenever it's hot down here, we'll go up north where it's cooler.
Home of look here, home of the 2026 national champions football team. I know you'd throw that in. Did you get to go to the game? He probably didn't, but I tell you what, that was a good game though. I tell you what, everybody was just thinking Indiana was going to get wiped out by Miami, and now they may be some of y'all from Miami on here like a while ago, but now I like Miami and I like Indiana, but
they both teams played a good game.
Both teams played a good. I'm gonna tell you something. If Miami had probably another minute on the clock, or even 30-something seconds on the clock, I think they would have scored. It would have been a score on it. But the interception, killed it. But
they played hard.
Watch it with a bunch of excited Indians. Well, I guess that's pretty good if you can do that. You can sit there and watch the football game with them and everything. Well, let's get back to a little bit of this. We got just a few more things. We'll try to get all this done, and then
we want to thank all the people that's been supportive, and everybody that's subscribed to our channels and our Facebook page and stuff. It don't cost anything for you to subscribe. We don't sell anything. It don't cost anything for that. It just lets us know how many people's out there. And
well, let me touch just a little bit on that real quick while we've got everybody on here. The YouTube is changing, and the algorithms is changing. And so right now, I was looking the other day, and the guy from YouTube, he was telling about, the subscribers and people that comments and likes. The comments and the likes mean more now than the subscribers, but the subscribers still count. So I don't know what that means, but we love to have subscribers. If you're not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to it. And won't cost you a thing. But you'll get to see two old people make fun of each other and carry on with crazy stuff like we do all the time. And it'll be fun, but that's one of the good things. Let's get right back here to this. It says, share a favorite tool or gadget or a hack that we do in the van.
My favorite tool. Oh, that'd be my smokeless fire pit. Mm-hmm.
Oh my smoke. Y'all, let me tell you about this smokeless fire pit. She bought this thing. It's probably about 16 inches, something like that, 16 inches around. And she bought this thing, and she told me, she said, honey, she said, I bought a smokeless fire pit. And she said, we're going to use it when we go down into Alabama. And we went down to the state park down there in Alabama. And we got down there, and I lit that thing up, and I thought, this ain't going to work. This thing's fixing to smoke. I've never seen nothing that was smokeless. Like you light a fire, there's got to be smoke. But I'm going to tell y'all something. That smokeless fire pit actually worked.
And you can use the pellets, or you can use wood. You can put
you
anything
can use
in
both
it.
of
It's
them.
just the way it's designed for the airflow that it keeps it from smoking. Right? As I have allergies and sinuses, so I can't hardly stand to be. I love a fire pit. I love a bonfire, but I just can't hardly stand the smell and the stuff of the wood. It just closes me up.
But if there's any of you out there camping and you like fire pits and you have allergies and stuff, that's the thing to get.
Well, you sit
Do you
around
remember
it,
what
you
the
don't-
name of that was?
It's Blue Sky.
Blue Sky.
You
It's
can sit
Blue
around
Sky.
it and you don't go in with your clothes all smelling smoky or none of that.
No. And we cooked those hot dogs over there, Sid. They cook pretty good. A hack. What would you say?
Biggest hack we got, biggest thing I guess I got as a hack wise is like, because our refrigerator does have a good amount of freezer space in it. So before we go camping, especially like on our 2-week trip that we went on,
Yeah.
To save us money on buying a lot of groceries, I go ahead and like get pre-cook like some hamburger patties, and we'll pre-cook like piece cooking steaks here at the house during the time. I'll go ahead and get like a whole tenderloin and a whole bag of chicken and stuff, and I'll go ahead and pre-cook that. And then just put it in the little vacuum seal bags, write on it, date it, and then when we get ready to travel, we can just pull a couple of those things out and put in the freezer, which makes it very easy for us, because it also makes it easy for me when I come home at nighttime. I ain't got to do a lot of cooking. I can just kind of heat those up and put a vegetable with it, and we're good to go.
Yeah, it don't take her long to do that. And your chili making and stuff, that's one of the hacks that she makes that's real easy, and we got that in a video too that you can go see, so you can check it out. Well guys, we're gonna try to wrap this thing up. We want to thank all of y'all for getting on here, and if y'all would like to see us do another one of these, we'll try to start doing some of them, because like I said, we didn't know if we would have one person or if we would have two people. But looks like now we've had several people on the channel and stuff, so we're just tickled to be able to have all of them there. And we just want to thank you. Appreciate you subscribing, and hope y'all enjoyed it. Like I said, you've got two dummies here that loves to camp, and that's what all this is about. So we want to keep everybody in touch with us and keep our community growing, because y'all are the reason that I do these videos. I don't get paid for these videos.
Dusty says keep having fun.
We just love getting out and going, and I like to do this. This is my hobby, is doing videos. I love to edit stuff and do stuff, and I like to make fun of her. That's the biggest thing, that I get to have fun doing that.
Yeah.
But guys, we want to appreciate you and thank you, and we're going to get out of here. We'll see y'all later. Woodallsrv in USA. I forgot to say this. Living the dream.
Enjoying the day.
Enjoying the day. So we'll see y'all next time.